Hello and welcome to Fibertown. It's been a while since I've seen you guys. Thanks for spending some time with Alice and I. My name is Emily. If you are new, welcome to everyone. I'm Chain of Fools on Ravelry and Fibertown with an RE on Instagram. How is everyone doing? I have put on a little lipstick for you all and grabbed my little girl. And we thought we'd talk about what we've been knitting, and I have been knitting and making, and just sort of catch up. So today is August the 9th. I am back from all of my travels, and there might be a squirrel back there. I don't know. I'm on my porch. I hope you can hear me well. You can hear the cicadas singing their cicada summer song, and there's my barbecue. Sorry. You know, there's no good place to have a great background on the porch, but that's okay. So yes, the summer of S. I have got to get back on that thread. I haven't looked at anything since I went traveling, and there are about almost 200 new posts, and I need to go through and check them all out. So very cool. I'm going to let Alice go because she's clearly hearing something interesting. Alice? Alice? Do you hear a squirrel? You want to get down? Do you want to, what do you want to do? What do you want to do now, sweetheart? I missed my girl. So my daughter and I traveled to Bend, Oregon, and I have lots of shenanigans to talk about from that trip. We visited friends, and yeah, so I will sort of intersperse all of that into the rest of the show. All right, so I talked about Summer of S. It's going until September 1st, Eastern Standard Time. And let's see, there's Stash Dash going on, I think, for about another week. And I'm about 7,500 meters. So, lots of fun. I'm not going to hit 10,000, but that's okay. I went over my goal, which was 5K, so excellent. I do want to show a giveaway. Okay, so I have a giveaway to show you in just a minute. Then I have FO's Works in Progress, Spinning, Weaving, and Acquisitions. So, Maggie, who is a member of the Fibertown group, sent me something to give away to you guys. She has a brand new Etsy store. It's called Firefly Fiber Arts. Oh, excuse me, something in my eye. Firefly Fiber Arts. Apparently I cannot talk today. And she has really beautiful stuff, and she sent me a bag of gorgeousness, and I'm unwrapping it right now. So here is her card, Firefly Fiber Arts. She's in Thunder Bay, Ontario, and she's very excited about her new venture. So I'm very glad she was able to send some stuff to give away, and I will open a thread in the Ravelry group for you guys to enter, and I'll put all the details there. This is so gorgeous. Look how pretty. It's filled. Now the light is not right for this. Let me see. That's a bit better. It's filled with gorgeous little bits of fiber. I'm not sure what the blend is, but it looks like it has either some silk or bamboo in there. And it's turquoises and midnight blues and magentas, like a muted magenta. You can see some right there. And the blips of white. Looks like silk, the blips of white. So, this feels to be about maybe 3 ounces? I'm not sure. And let me see if she writes it down on the back of the card. Oh, here we go. Mosaic Painting by the Lake. These are called Fun Buns. Awesome! Okay, so Merino BFL, Corriedale Silk, Bamboo Nylon, Fine Merino, Firestar, and Mystery Fluff. So 3.3 ounces. Oh, I'm pretty good. Yeah. 16 Fun Buns. That's a great name for these. So she is on Etsy. She's Twisted Mommy Yarn. I think that might be her Instagram handle. I'm not sure. But there she is, etsy.com/shops/Firefly Fiber Arts. Now, she also sent a Mystery Fun Bun sample. I think I'm going to keep this and spin it. And she sent, okay, dude, sorry. This is terrible podcasting. Am I right? She sent some markers. Here they are. I have a whole basket of stuff to show you guys. Some gorgeous markers that came in this cute little pouch. And they're like coppery. They're gorgeous. There's a lobster claw, one, progress keeper kind of thing. And then these gorgeous snagless ring markers, which have they're made with sort of a braided metal. And I'm going to hold them here and hope that we can get a focus going. Shoot. So they're braided copper. It's not going to get a great focus, but I love them. Really pretty. So thank you. There will be a thread. Thank you, Maggie, and go check it out. Firefly Fiber Arts. Those are really pretty. Okay, so FOs, shall we? Let's do FOs. I'm wearing one. This is the schoolhouse, and it's wanting to flip open today, which it's supposed to do. This is the schoolhouse tunic, and I made a short version. This is from, oh gosh, trying to remember the store, the pattern maker. Is it So Liberated? I think it's So Liberated. I love it when it's closed like this. So you wear a tank or a shell underneath, and it's really, really cute. It's comfy. I did a set-in sleeve. The one modification I made to the pattern was that it calls for making gathers on the sleeve so that you can set it in to the arm side. It worked perfectly. It fit perfectly without any gathers, and I hate doing gathers. I do a terrible job on gathers, which is why I don't think I want to make any more sailor tops. Also, it doesn't look good on sailor top. Does not look very good on me. So this is just gorgeous. They don't have PDF downloads. What is that right there? Okay. They don't have PDF downloads, so I had to wait for the paper pattern, but it's a lovely pattern. Fits super well. I don't remember the size I made. I lined it with some plum-colored linen that I had already. Oh, the color's a little bit better. Color's terrible over here. And I'm going to make more of these. Now, I made the shirt length, not the tunic length. You could make like an actual tunic and have leggings with it, or even wear it as a dress if you're a skinny mini. But I love this. And this is the poplin I bought in Spain this summer, this floral, Burgos. And I think I bought it in a store called Pom Pom, and it was knitting and sewing stuff. And I love it. Super cool. It's kind of hot though. This is the Virginia August, and I probably should take this off. But I don't want to scar you guys for life and just have me podcasting in a tank top, so I will suffer through. Now my other finished object is a gigantic blanket that I knit in Bend for my friends, and they got the yarn and they got the massive dowels that I knit with. And I'm going to show you a picture. It has been on Instagram. I held like a Red Heart bulky double to knit this. And so it gave me about 800 meters. I can't count the yarn held double for Stash Dash. Would have been a lot more. But that's it. It's turquoise and cream and taupe and gray and dusty rose and pink. So, yeah, I know that's super vast. And as the blanket got heavier, it got super harder. Super harder. I talk English good. It got harder to knit. Super hard to knit. So, it was an experience. It wasn't that bad. I could do it again. So that's it for FOs. Works in progress. I have been a busy bee, sort of flitting from project to project. I've not touched my mitered square blanket. I do have a hoe. Let me get that hoe for you. Okay. In my Holland Handmaids bag from Mama to Abigail. I love this bag. Look at the interior. There's, in the Summer of S, she's got another giveaway of one of her awesome bags. So I have a hoe. I have a Rose City roller-ish. I didn't actually follow the pattern. I just followed the concept, kind of. I did my own sock. There it is. This is probably some of the deepest, this is some of the deepest stash that I have. This is an opal. So I did my regular sock. I just did, as the pattern calls for, about an inch of stockinette stitch before you start the heel flap. And I was so used to just casting on and ribbing that you can see I did like 10 stitches of ribbing. And rather than rip it out, I just kept going because it rolls, hence the name Rollers. Also, that's play on words with roller derby from Portland. And yeah, so I just let it roll down. Now, how awesome is this self-striping? And it's a little bit wonky still because I haven't blocked it, washed it. I have another ball of this. I bought tons, like maybe 6 years ago. And it is an opal, as I said. I made some baby booties, crocheted them for a friend's daughter using this yarn, and they came out adorable. And it's great yarn, and I will show you the ball band next time. I have the second one cast on, but I twisted it, and I'm just going to rip it out, start over. I did that traveling, and I was not paying attention. These are my ChiaoGoo metals, which I really like. And these are US 1.5s, 2.5 millimeters. So there's one work in progress. I also have a newly cast on sock with a brand new yarn from Jinx Yarns. I got House Cup and the Bloodbath update for Bloodbath post SSK update. I was ready for this. So this is Strong Sock, and this is merino nylon. Excuse me, I'm a bit froggy today. So it's got a lot of colors in it. How many colors is that? 1, blue, bronze, green, light gray, yellow, black, deep red, gold, and yellow. So 8 colors. And it is in this bag from Kimberly, who is Knit Country, who sent a package. And this is just one delicious piece of the package. I'll show you the rest. She made this. She made this bag. She's thinking of opening a big cartel shop. She has, I guess this is machine embroidered. It's beautiful. It's an amazing bag. It's a really nice, sturdy, I don't know what kind of fabric this is. Maybe duck? Canvas? Not canvas. It's awesome. Awesome, awesome. So I took this to Oregon, balled it up. There's House Cup. And I've been knitting kind of a short leg sock with it. I did 2 repeats of the colors on the leg. Here it is. I have wanted this for ages, since it came out. So happy to have it. And there's my heel flap, my heel turn, and I'm doing the gusset right now. I'm going to do a riverbed gusset, just a single gusset, not the double gusset this time, just because it's in my head. I know that one, and I'm in love. The base is lovely, the colors are fun, and oh, this is a bit different for me actually, because needle-wise, I brought my super pointy wooden needles that are more dangerous than the metal ones. I think they're pointier, but I wanted to have some wooden needles in case the TSA confiscated all of my metal needles. I was feeling really kind of super confident and like, I'm gonna bring whatever I want, and the TSA can just So I packed a spindle, I packed all sorts of metal needles. I didn't pack my signatures. They're too new to me to be confiscated, potentially. Anyway, so these are 1s instead of my usual 1.5. So I cast on 68 stitches to hopefully make up for the difference in needle size. So it's probably about an extra 1/2 inch. And I think they're going to fit fine. We'll see. I'm hoping to get several pairs out of this, which is why I'm making short cuffs, short legs. So that's my second work in progress. And yeah, Kimberly, gorgeous. I think she should open an Etsy shop, or a big cartel shop. I love this. Beautiful. Alrighty, my design, I took a break. My design and I took a break because I don't think I'm using the right yarn for it, and I've dealt with several design redesigns. More functional aspects of the design than form aspects. So just like finding the right bind off for a certain piece of it, or does it need to have decreases here it's a really unusual form. So I just needed a break from it, and there was tons of reknitting, ripping out and reknitting. And I'm using my signature, so it didn't come on the trip with me. I just didn't have the bandwidth. I didn't want to keep track of changes that I made, and I just need to be home writing it down as I go. So it's going to get picked up again very soon, possibly recast on with a different yarn. This will be my third cast on. So, so that is still getting worked on. Now I have a sweater on the needles, and it is in my Jan Smiley bag. One of them. I just got dust on it. This traveled with me in my Vespa bag. I love this bag. And it is from the Metacelled Dorset Friesian. That looks gigantic. Dorset Friesian that is from Patricia's Farm in West Virginia. It's near Romney, West Virginia. And I dyed it in this gorgeous russety color, and I have an Irish coffee. That's more the actual color. Maybe a little more saturated. Gosh, the color is so hard to get right. Or the lighting, rather. Anyway, you've seen the differences. It's somewhere in the middle. So it's saturated, but I think that's a good representation. Yeah, that's maybe a little too saturated. But I've separated for the sleeves, and I am modding the heck out of this pattern. It's really more of a recipe in my view. I would not say it's a great sweater for a first-time sweater knitter, just because there are a lot of at the same time kind of things that the pattern doesn't necessarily say at the same time, but you have to keep them in consideration. It's by Thea Coleman, Baby Cocktails, and I'm using my ChiaoGoo interchangeables. I have an update for that. My ChiaoGoo interchangeables US 9, which is a 5.5 millimeter, I believe. Yes. And so it has a V-neck and a cable panel down the front as well as the back. Now the pattern was written when short sleeve sweaters with a long sleeve top, like tight fitting long sleeve, was all the rage. I don't think I'm going to be doing that. I think it's just going to be long sleeves all the way. I have 5 hanks. It's about 220 yards of like an Aran weight. I have 5 or 6 hanks. I can't remember. So I have plenty for long sleeves, and this will be worn to Rhinebeck this year. I love the localness of this yarn, the unusual blend of breeds, and I have met the sheep. I know how they're raised. It feels great. I think it'll hold up super well and just get better with age. And, the East Friesian, I believe, is more of a milk sheep than a fiber sheep, but I just love it. I love the yarn. I love that I dyed it, and I love how it came out. So at this point, I'm just trying on as I go and playing with the decreases, and then I'll play with the waist increases. And I may do a split hem at the bottom, where you have like a little vent on each hip. I may do that because it's my knitting and I'm the boss. The neckline, I think, is a bit wide on me. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, this top part has been blocked already, so it's stretched out to its max. I wanted to wash it. It hasn't been blocked. It's been washed. And the ribbing, of course, stretches a ton when you wash it. So I foresee potentially crocheting along the neckline if I need to get it to sort of tighten up. Just a single crochet, maybe a couple decreases here and there. I've done that before on a neckline that's saggy, and it works really well. I don't recall the size. It's like the third size in. So yeah, that's my Irish coffee, and that is it for whips. Well, let me see. I have some spinning. I did spin one layer cake battling. I took them all with me thinking, spin a ton. I got one battling spun. Here it is on my Spanish Peacock Spindle Cake. I used my Spanish Peacock Spanish Peacock bead whirl, and it's full of all sorts of just beautifulness. I love it. I love that dark gold, just so pretty. So I'll put another bobbin, another battling on another spindle, and then maybe I'll do a 3-ply since I have 3 spots for spindles here. This is a great thing. What else do I have to show you? I have prep of yogurt, and I have enough of it prepped that it is able to go into my Ross Farm bag. There's my combed nest of yogurt, which is a Border Leicester Corriedale Romney cross. And it's lovely. It's got a bit of lanolin in it still, and there's a ton still to comb. But I've got enough of it made that it can go in the bag, and then it'll get spun out of the bag, and then I can think of Ross Farms while I do it. So that's it for spinning. Now, weaving, I have a couple projects in mind that I meant to show you the yarns for them last time, but just forgot to bring them over. So on my triangle loom, I want to weave this. I think it'll be perfect length skein for weaving on my triangle loom. It's also a very nice turban. This is Feederbrook Farm hand-dyed stock yarn. It was $25 for 750 yards. What? 8 ounces. Now this was given to me by my friend Angie, who gives me all the things. She destashes to me, and it's crazy. I'm like, didn't you just destash to me? And where did all this new yarn come from? She doesn't watch the podcast. Anyway. So it's kind of like got camo colors, and then bam! Whatever this pinky purple color is, I don't even know how to describe it. It's going to be a massive skein to wind up, but I think it'll be fun. It might be a little skinny for my triangle loom, but then it's bouncy, it'll come together. We'll see, right? Is it superwash? I need to look. Nope, it's not, so I can full it. Now, on my rigid heddle, this is also from other people, yarn from other people. This was from my Fiber Fairy Godmother. It's Plymouth Sock Socks, which is, trying to copy Blue Moon much. Superwash, bamboo, and nylon. This is going to be the warp. This is from another Fiber Fairy Godmother from Texas. Sent me a big package probably 2 years ago. And I've given tons of it away, but I still have this. This is a Manos single for the weft. And I love weaving with silk and wool blends. I just think the finished item is lovely. The drape is wonderful. The hand is amazing. So excited to do that. Now I helped my friend in Bend buy some items she needs to repair her floor loom. She has a Harrisville floor loom, 4-harness, was it 6 treadle or 4 treadle? It's a 4-harness table loom. It used to be her grandmother's. Excuse me while I redo my hair. And really all she needs to do is repair the leather bits that hold up, do they hold up the heddles? Anyway, so we just ordered some leather bits from Harrisville and a few other, like she needed a skein winder and a Swift, a ball winder and a Swift. Eventually she's going to need a bobbin winder too. Well, we got, did we get shuttles? No, I think we held off on the shuttles. But I'm very excited to see if she can get her loom going again. She's an amazing artist, and we did some yarn dyeing, and she's like, I'm going to do more of this. So she's a painter, and she gave me some of her business cards. Her website is maryleeharrisart.com, and let's see, these are just close-ups of pieces of some of her paintings. I love this one, the origami bird. She does encaustic work. Look at that tree. She's very inspired by nature. Her sense of color is amazing. That's a close-up of another tree. There's a close-up of her origami crane. And I love her rainbow trees. And I think this one has a bit of gold paint in it too. We are going to be doing some bartering, hand knits for painting. I love her painting. Her two daughters are super talented as well. Oh, hi, Alice. And her youngest is fond of, I'm going to show you this just because it's super cute. Her oldest is an amazing artist, and her youngest is too. And her older daughter is friends with my daughter, and so we just had a lovely visit. And I'll tell you more about it. We visited an alpaca farm. I know. So they moved about 2 years ago from our neck of the woods to Bend, Oregon. And so her younger daughter says, I want to make a saying paint. I think she calls it a saying picture. So I gave her one of my mantras, which is the most ridiculous mantra, okay? But I used it in grad school and it worked for me. Okay, I'm sharing a very personal part of my life with you right now. So her daughter wrote it out, and then Mary Lee and did some doodles, and her daughter colored it in, okay? This was my mantra in grad school. And her daughter drew this bird freehand, and Mary Lee did a lot of these doodles and did the yarn, and her daughter did the rainbow. Now this is supposed to be, okay, a little X-rated. That's supposed to be a rainbow lightsaber because she's super into Star Wars and rainbows. And this is a cucumber vine because I love eating cucumbers. And of course the yarn. And I'm cute and I have an advanced brain that stood me in good stead. This is going up somewhere. I love it. So, we visited an alpaca farm, Crescent Moon Ranch. I held a Kriya, everyone. If you haven't seen it, go on Instagram and see. So it was wonderful. We got to feed them. We'll listen to them. I love alpaca talk. I bought some yarn. I think we're sort of sliding into acquisitions here. This is yarn from their farm. This is from Davina, their alpaca Davina. And they got some, what is it, Whiskey Bay mitts, I think, from my friend Sarah, who does Fiber Track. She gifted me a pattern. I think it's going to become, this yarn is going to become those mitts. And it's so lovely. Let's see. So they had a lot of ready-to-wear stuff from South America, too, that was incredibly well-priced. Wow. Sweaters, scarves, woven scarves, knit scarves, coats, and the coats were on sale. They were alpaca coats. They were so chic. So I picked this up at that store and got to talk to a super nice lady and her husband who ran the place. If you're in, I think this was in Terrebonne, Oregon, not far from Bend. If you're there, go and check them out. Awesome place. Okay, so I guess I'm just going to show you the rest of the acquisitions. Bend is a super crafty, artsy, locavore kind of place. So I have some things to show you from Bend. But this is the other bag, first of all, that Knit Country made for me. And my daughter has claimed it, actually. She sent a bunch of stuff. She sent some prizes, too. But we were like, we're having these bags. Mm-hmm. My daughter loves owls, so she has commandeered this one. She needs to open a shop. If you agree, say so in the episode thread. Oh, I forgot to show some spinning. This was out of some gourmet stash fluff that I made into bats. And it's got a wee bit of pink, but mostly turquoise, black, and white. It's it's a variety of lots of stuff. Super, just woolen. I think I wrote down how much I wrote it in my phone, the yardage, probably about 160. Let me look. No, that's the calculator. 30 minutes already. Oh, here it is. 190 yards. It's a 2-ply. It's lots of fun. So, what else should I show you? I'm just going to go kind of randomly. I'm sorry. I just have a basket of random stuff here. So, I went to a place called the Workhouse, which is a place where artists can rent space and work and sell their art. And I got this. This is by the name of the shop is Beer is the Paint, okay? Beerpainter.com. Lots of beer in Oregon. Like, we went into the butcher, or independent butchers, to buy something, and they had a growler fill station with maybe 30 taps. It's everywhere. You go to the barbershop, they've got beer on tap. On tap. I know. Okay, so beerpainter.com, with locally made porters and stouts. And I got this is a print of one of her paintings. I got this for a brewer friend of ours. Look at that. Beer is the paint, okay? It was painted with beer. How awesome is that? So there's that. And at the same place, I got some soaps, which are in my bathroom, so I'm not going to show you. I got some fabric. I got some fat quarters by Natalie V. Mason. And she designs the fabric and has it printed. Yardage available at natalievmason.com. So I said to the girls, pick a fabric you like and I'll make you a little notions bag. This is mine. This is going to be my notions bag. And they picked some calaveras. One of them picked that. It smells like the soap I bought. And the other one picked this, which, is that a fish or is it a... Hold it like that. Is it a squid? Or yeah, it's a fish for sure. It also looks like a kerchief tied. Anyway, it's like seeing things in clouds. So I have these fun things. Question: if you were going to make bags, do you wash the fabric beforehand? I'm not sure if I should do that. It feels like, there's definitely sizing on this, but it feels like it might be just fine to make bags without washing the fabric. I don't know. Sewists, tell me what you think. So, I also went to the Stitch and Post in Sisters, Oregon. And I got 6 fat quarters. Look at that. Grays and oranges and pinks. So, this will probably be maybe I'll make some sort of quilted bag. That would be awesome. Out of these. At the Stitch and Post, they had awesome... It's a yarn store / fabric quilting store with lots of fabric. Sorry, Alice is... I think she's bug hunting. If you hear some noises, that's what it is. Amazing quilts, and they have a quilt festival there with quilting celebrities. Tula, the fabric designer Tula, she had been there like the previous week. I got some cotton and steel. They had the cotton and steel line. And I think I'm going to make a schoolhouse tunic with this, and then I'm going to line it with a black dandelion fabric that I already have, which is like a home deck fabric, but I figure it's just a little bit of lining, like this much lining. It may be a terrible idea, but how cool would that be? So this is cotton and steel. I got like 2.5 yards. So, yeah. I forgot to show you another FO, which is kind of, let me finish with my acquisitions and I'll show you. So I got 2 unicorn tails. I got Pop Rocks, which is the pink, and charcoal at the Stitch and Post. And, okay, so I attempted to make a skirt, and here it is. It's been just, this was fabric I got at Joann's. I love the fabric. It's supposed to have an invisible zipper. I mangled that thing twice. Could not get it to work. There were various reasons, which I have now removed from my memory. It was that bad. The rest of the skirt is great. It's a little tight though. So I was like, this is just a train wreck. Why don't I just try buttonholes for the first time, since it's a train wreck and I can practice on it. So all the threads have not been snipped, but I made buttonholes, which is not as hard as you might think. There they are. I used a special foot on my machine. It was the very first time I'd ever done it, and I need to hem the edge where the buttonhole is, and I didn't plan it right, and anyway, it has buttons on the other side too, so I would definitely have to clean it up. All the rest of the skirt looks great. I would definitely have to clean up the closing if I were to ever wear this. But, bit of a fail. Can't win them all, right? I don't think it's out of the question that I could wear this someday. I need to lose a little bit of girth, because I eat whatever I want, and I am bone idle and don't exercise. Moving on. Oh, this is like 3 weeks of stuff. So I got more ChiaoGoo medals. I really like these. DPN, 6-inch DPN size 3, and this will be for my mitered square blanket because they're zoomy. They're very fast. I got, what else did I get? Oh, this was at the Fiberspace party, which I got 20% off the whole store at this party. So I got some of these, Fix-A-Stitch, which I'd wanted for a long time, but I kind of thought it was ridiculous to spend $15 on 3 of them. But I got 20% off, so it made it a little easier. And these are great. I'm terrible at repairing garter stitch, drop stitches, so these are double-ended crochet hooks. That'll be good for that. Also at Fiberspace, 20% off, I bought hazelnuts. This is a new base to me. It's a very reminiscent of a Volmisa base. It's the Piquant Light 9-ply, I know. Thinking of trying to do my design out of this, but I need to swatch and see how it behaves. So this is the Beach Glass colorway, and I got 20% off these. Each one is, this is 90% superwash, 10% nylon, and 400 yards. So I have 800 yards. Plenty for what I have in mind. But I really kind of think I want my design to be out of a variegated yarn. I think it looks pretty awesome in a variegated. Okay, so I have a few. Let me tell you my ChiaoGoo story before I show you the rest. So, this is my replacement cable. My ChiaoGoo cable broke, and like 2.5 months ago, I went to their website, I used their form, I emailed them using their form, and said, my cable broke, I need a replacement. I got a reply saying, we have received your email. You will be contacted. 2 months later, nobody contacted me. So, using the reply I got, I forwarded that with a message so that they had the reply attached to it and said, I haven't heard from you all. What happened? And they said, oh my goodness, you must have fallen through the cracks. Somehow your email got deleted. Obviously, you did send an email, but there's no record of it here. People make mistakes. I understand that. They said normally we would have you send the defective item to us, and then we would send you a replacement. But since you've waited so long, we will just send you the replacement. And 2 or 3 days later, I got the replacement. So pretty cool. I'm happy enough with that. Okay, so Dutch Girl 63, Dutch Girl 63. She's won a fair few prizes from the Fibertown podcast, and she said it's time for her to give back. So she sent me a skein of Krabby McCrabby Pants socks that rock. Is this lightweight? It is lightweight. How awesome is that? So that will be, I'm not sure if this will be for the Summer of S or something else, but thank you so much. That is just truly lovely. And she sent me some scraps as well. Really nice, really nice scraps. Like, look at that one. I love that one. I love them all, actually. This looks like Malabrigo Sock Archangel. One of my favorites. So excellent. These will go in my basket. Ooh, there's some that fell out. How pretty is that purple? And lastly, oh, I think she sent me these little bits of spinny stuff too. Lastly, Knit Country. She of the beautiful embroidered bags sent me 2 packets of Ochazuke mix. I'm going to keep one, at least one. Love this stuff. And one will be with a prize, I'm pretty sure. Now the prize are these tea towels. And they are also, I'm going to show you, they're beautifully wrapped. It's an embroidered king sheep. So one of these will go, or maybe even both. I want one. One of them will go to a Summer of S winner, along with an Ochazuke packet. That is it, my friends. Did I show you everything? Yes. I'm going to be a busy bee. A very busy bee, making all of the things. So I hope you all are having excellent crafting times. And until next time, I will tell you all to take care.